I'm Chronix from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your AEW Dynamite review for October 23rd, 2019, live in Pittsburgh. Full Gear is happening November 9th, but that's a couple weeks from now. We're starting this show off with an explosion. We got big tag team action. The tag team tournament, man, it is underway, and they are wasting no time. Private Party and the Lucha Brothers, two teams that are both awesome. And I'm sitting here thinking, who's going to win this one? Because both of these guys are looking nice, and they're pretty much evenly matched up here. The commentary, it sounded very quiet. And I was thinking, is it just me or is it just the loud, ruckus crowd? But Private Party, they were on up in the decibels. They were loud. They were flying around. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm trying to write my notes with one eye on this page and one eye on the television thinking, holy crap, the action that I am seeing in front of my face. It was just really exciting is what I'm saying. This dude, Mark Quinn, I'm thinking, How are you hitting these flips and how are you hitting these shooting star presses? I just can't even understand. There was so much flipping by Private Party. They didn't even know who was legal. I didn't know, they didn't know. I'm surprised the referee even knew who was legal. Was it as far as their team or who was legal in the other team? And Private Party, you better be careful. Because you can't go around not knowing who is legal and who's not. Well, I mean, you actually shouldn't be putting yourself in that situation, is what I'm saying. But Private Party, man, I thought maybe they'd squeak by with this one, but no. The Lucha Brothers, they're moving on. They won this match, and they will continue up through the ranks here in the tag team tournament. I guess last week was a little bit of a break for them because, well, Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt, they didn't quite exactly win that match, and I think that the Lucha Brothers were maybe playing with them just a little bit. So the Lucha Brothers, they continue on. So I think that that's fine. I mean, Private Party, they didn't need to win that. I think they'll be fine without it. Not that the Lucha Brothers, it would have killed them if they hadn't, but I think that it's completely fine that you got the Lucha Brothers, because if Private Party wasn't going to win the whole thing, there's no shame at all in losing in this really entertaining match. So next we're going to continue with SCU, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. They're going to be taking on the Dark Order, and in the Dark Order you got this guy Stu Grayson and the Evil Uno. I don't know why. That is just a strange name to me. Evil Uno. Well, maybe we'll get to see some character development with that team. The Dark Order will actually get to see something about them, because I'm thinking, I see them, they act weird, they come out, but I don't really, what's going on here? I need a little bit more explanation. I need to connect with what's going on in this situation. The Dark Order was very aggressive. I said, hey, thumbs up to that. That's good. But then Jericho and his posse start walking somewhere. I couldn't tell exactly where they were going at first. They were walking through the crowd. People were losing their shit. And they were going where? Well, they had their own VIP box up at the top. So that was cool that they came out, and I love the way they shot it, because they didn't put a cameraman back with Jericho and his teammates in the inner circle. They just filmed it from afar. And, in WWE land, they would have had a camera guy in the VIP thing immediately, if not the instant they walked in, which is unrealistic. So the fact that they had this big bad team up in a VIP section and no one was bothering them, no one was hassling them, no one was showing up with microphones in their face, asking them questions, sending camera guys in, sound crews, none of that. They just filmed it from afar and they zoomed in. I said, that's awesome. And now I think that they had the hard camera on the other side of the arena. Is that right? Did they do that just so they could film this segment? I'm going to have to go back and take a look at that. But I just got distracted a lot by this walk-in interruption. And it interrupted the match too, because you got to put the Dark Order and really show what they're about and who they are. I mean, we already know SCU. They're cool. We like them, whatever. Scorpio Sky, I mean, yeah, they could, he suffered a little bit, I think, by having this distraction of Jericho, but it was good building throughout the show. It was a way to keep it exciting at the moment and keep you invested and involved for later. But it kind of did take away from the Dark Order, I think. An opportunity lost maybe to show them a little more. Maybe it just wasn't their time. It was Jericho's time and SCU's time. It was Jericho's time to be very annoying with his bubbly. SCU, they win this thing and they go to the finals. So, yeah, that's okay. I ain't got a problem with that at all. Shoot, why not? Think that's going to be a good finals match. I'm ready to see it. Next, we got Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega. I'm saying Joey Janela's got no chance. Not even one chance in the world of winning. And why in the world did they have the wrong graphic in the background for Kenny Omega? Well, they showed a AEW. What is the name of this show? AEW. They had a promo video package, whatever, for AEW Dark. And I guess they just forgot to take the AEW Dark logo off the background, or they just didn't realize it. I don't know. A little mistake there as Kenny Omega is coming out. And Kenny Omega, I mean, that was probably the most flawed thing about this whole match for Kenny Omega, was the fact that he had the wrong graphic in the background. The guy, when I watch him, man, it continues. And I know I've talked about this probably in the last video, but he just amazes me in his, you can do something right, but then there's other options. Like, say, for instance, when you answer a question, like it's a quiz, and sometimes they have the right answer, but then they have like a more right answer. I don't know if you've ever taken a test like that. I have. And I know that's not really a standard test. But anyways, the point of the matter is, he finds an even better way of doing things than just doing it right. Like, he's found small ways to do it the best way possible. It's crazy. So I got to give him props for that. I mean, that dude, he's something to watch, is what I'm saying. When you're watching his match, you should be like, dang, you couldn't have done that a better way. Dang, look at that. I couldn't have thought of a better way to pull that off. Man, I wish I could have thought of a better way to explain that. Jeez. Anyways, Kenny Omega is schooling this kid, is all you need to know. And Jericho's up in the box. And I'm thinking, okay, well, what is Jericho? How is he going to react? How is he going to respond to this match? I mean, I know he's a bad guy, but he doesn't necessarily have a problem with Kenny Omega up to this point. So all he did up there was be kind of jealous of Kenny Omega's moves. And I thought that was smart. That's why Jericho is one of the best. Because he could have just been up there being like, man, this sucks, this is stupid. But instead, he was jealous, which, I mean, in reality, that should be a point of contention for him. Even though Jericho is one of the best. So his jealous ass is up there gawking at Omega. And, there's a lot of false finishes in AEW. I mean, there's a lot. It's just a weekly show, and every single match is just so much. And I'm thinking, okay, at what point do the wrestlers look silly for being like, when somebody kicks out of the first of 10 near falls? I mean, seriously, like, for real, if you're going to do 3 or 4, even 5 near finishes, if your reaction is eyes just bulging out of your face, I can't believe this, it seems to be a little bit ridiculous. Now, I do enjoy those matches. I do. But I'm saying over the long term, I think it kind of hurts in the long run. Unless we're going to do 10 near falls, it just seems a little bit much. But a minor complaint for a very entertaining match. As Omega walks away winning, I don't think anyone thought Joey Janela was going to win. I don't know what's up with Joey Janela's body proportions, but he looks strange. I don't know. It's like his leg to torso ratio, and he's not exactly super in shape. He had kind of a, I don't know how to describe his physique. His stomach it's not fat. It's kind of flat, but it sticks out. There's no definition there. I don't know. I just think to myself, when I feel like I'm more in shape than some of these guys, now, if I got put in a ring and started doing all that, I would be winded as crap. But I'm just talking from just a strictly from a visual standpoint. When you just look at somebody and you're like, that guy's in shape. You know, that kind of thing. I'm not getting it twisted. That guy would kill me in the ring. I would not last 1 second, even as the referee. So now we have a full commercial about the upcoming sales dates for upcoming AEW shows. You know I'm going to be December 11th in Dallas, so check me out in row Q on TV side. And I'm not even talking about on the floor. I'm talking about on the set of risers, A to Q. And I'll be there on Q like, what's up? I got to practice my shocked faces so I can get on TV. Because, hey, if I'm just like, whoa, I can't believe he kicked out 2 minutes into the match. You know, they'll zoom into me and everybody be like, yo, Chronix is on TV. And I'll be like, what up, people? Here I am. I won't look at the damn monitor, I promise. I'll be a good fan and I'll be like, whoa, totally knowing I'm on TV. That's my promise to you, AEW. I want to be elite too. Okay. Got to turn the page. Now we got Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. When I look at him, I don't think American Nightmare. I think he looks like some kind of snow wolf or ice wolf, like you see on those t-shirts with the moons in the background, except probably way cooler than that. But they call him the American Nightmare. Well, I was going to say, why do they call him that? But yeah, his dad's the American Dream. Oh man, I'm ashamed of myself. So I guess we can't call him the Wolf, Cody, Wolfman. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be in charge of naming Cody Rhodes. But Tony Schiavone, he's interviewing Cody in the ring. And I was thinking, if I was Cody Rhodes, I would be marking out so hard knowing that I'm in the ring with Tony Schiavone interviewing me WCW style. Yeah, maybe Cody was just a little bit too. But Inner Circle, they're blowing horns in the stands. At first, I thought that it was fans. And I was thinking, there is no way this early in the game there are AEW fans blowing horns during a Cody Rhodes interview. I mean, this guy is basically Jesus to, a large majority of the fans. They love him, and how could you not, right? There's no AEW fan wearing an AEW shirt blowing a horn during a Cody interview. That's something that some really twisted, angry, anti-AEW person would do. And they're probably not buying tickets at this point. So I love the way they portrayed it because Cody Rhodes didn't freak out immediately. He kept going as if it was real. So awesome. But the whales... those weren't quotes, those were air horns. Honk, honk. So, oh God, I hope no one ever edits this video into something weird. So, yes. Cody, he then has to do what he has to do. He has to address the BS that's going on. One thing that Cody really does well about his character, and he does excellent in portraying himself as the cool, collected, don't disrespect me kind of guy. And that is admirable. I don't know how anybody couldn't look up as Cody Rhodes as a role model. Because if he's really like that in real life, and I expect that he seems like the most legit dude ever. That's the kind of person I would want to be my boss. That's the kind of person I would want to be my friend. That's the kind of person I'd want to have my back in a bar fight. And when that sweaty, nasty dude in the Gojira shirt tries to take you out of the front row when you're at the Hatebreed concert and you got to turn around and punch him, you want Cody Rhodes to back you up in case he's got friends. But you know he doesn't. So, that really happened to me before. Nothing against Gojira fans. I love Gojira. And for the people who don't know the bands I'm talking about, it's fine. It's mosh pit talk. Anyways, where the hell am I? So, Cody Rhodes, he's interrupting to the point where, or Jericho's interrupting to the point where Cody has to do something about it. So Cody, he starts walking, out of the ring. He's like, look, this isn't where we came from. There's no invisible wall. I can come down there. And I was like, good shot and good mention, just stating that you can do that. It just made it feel like all of a sudden these guys could actually come to blows. It felt like, oh shit, they're about to fight for real. So it's a good feeling. Now he starts walking up, but he starts to back up a little bit. Cody says that he'll come fight or whatever, but Jericho's kind of being like, you're a coward, whatever. Cody is smart though. He realizes that there's, 5 guys, whatever, up there. It would be stupid of Cody Rhodes to go and fight them. Like if there was 5 dudes in Gojira hoodies, but they were all built or they were all wrestlers, and you had young guys and you had a tag team and you had Chris Jericho. Yeah, I don't think I would fight them either. I don't even think I'd fight them if they weren't in shape. I mean, 4 or 5 dudes is, that's 4 or 5 dudes. Yeah. That's a little much for one person to fight. I'm going to hedge my bets on one-on-one. Or if I got Cody Rhodes as my backup. So, Cody Rhodes' big brother comes out to help, and I was like, well, that was a perfect opportunity to take a shot at his big brother saving him. Then MJF comes out with his scarf, and Jericho makes fun of his scarf, saying, who would wear a scarf? Which is, hilarious in so many different dimensions. And then DDP comes out, and I'm thinking, what's DDP gonna do? Like, tell everybody to sit down, do your yoga, and peace out and get zen? I mean, come on. He ain't young. So, he comes down, and Jericho keeps being like, you're not coming up here. You're not coming up here, man. You're not coming up here. You're not gonna know. But they start chasing him, and I was like, well, that's funny, because Jericho started running away, and that was kind of hilarious. But he didn't do it immediately, and he didn't do it like he was completely scared. But he did it in a really, kind of like a shitty way. And I thought, that's a really good way to present it. So they start running to the back. They're fighting, and they're in a food court, and you have some really confused fans around like, whoa, is this actually happening right now? And I'm looking at those fans thinking, really? This was the time that you went and got food when Cody Rhodes was speaking? Maybe I was wrong about everybody loving Cody Rhodes. Maybe some people are kind of ho-hum about him. Or maybe people really got to get that damn cheeseburger. I hardly ever get food at shows. At WrestleMania in Dallas, I had some nachos and I got sick. I had some nachos at the midget wrestling show I went to recently, and it made me feel like crap. I didn't get sick, but I did feel like crap. So every time, man. But I typically don't. I go to shows and I don't even think about it, because I'm like, who wants to stand in line? And then if I get a drink, I'm gonna have to pee, especially after watching this Raw for 3 hours. 3.5, maybe 4 hours, because I gotta get there and watch the dark matches too. Dude, you gotta pee, and no one wants to go into a bathroom that has an inch layer of pee where you feel like, you don't want to step in the in the hole, or like in a dip down in the pavement, in the tiles, because it might actually get down to where it gets in your shoe, and then you're like, oh my God, I got pee in my socks. No one wants that. Do you want that? I don't want that. Okay, so they got to a point where Jericho, he was in a closet room. I don't know, this might have actually been before the brawl in the food court. I can't remember, but Jericho goes into this room with a glass door like a dirty old, like you're like a dirty old drunk man trying to get away from the police. He was all like, can't get me, I'm shutting the door. Or how would he say that? He'd be like, you can't get me. No, I don't know. If you was a drunk old man, you'd sound like that dude on Trailer Park Boys. I can't do that voice. So when I'm an old drunk, I'll do that voice for you. So give me a couple decades and I'll be there. So yes. So that was hilarious. Just the way he closed the door, he was like, I'm gonna have to go get that, make a gif out of it or whatever. Yeah, now we go on to the Young Bucks versus the Best Friends. I don't know about you, but the Best Friends, I just don't, I'm not so much into it. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I think there are too many best friend type gimmicks on the indie scene, and I feel like it's overplayed. I mean, what can you do as a tag team? You can be brothers. You can be really into an obscure weird thing, like the Viking Raiders or the Viking Warriors. What are they now? The Viking Express? Whatever. So you can be best friends. I think that's really, I mean, there are some other mixed matches. Of course, there's a bazillion, but I think for the most part it's best friends, brother, and people who are super into an obscure thing. Like collecting action figures. So, so I'm thinking the Young Bucks are going to mop the floor with this one. Orange Cassidy is there, by the way, and he does these little baby kicks to the Young Bucks, which I tried not to like as much as I did because I thought this is so dumb, but I liked it and I laughed. And I feel a little ashamed of myself, but not very much. It's hard not to like Orange Cassidy. I thought when I seen him doing baby kicks to somebody with his hands in his pocket on an indie show, or what was that? Was that to Tommy Dreamer? I don't know. But I thought to myself, this is a stupid. But man, this dude growing on me like something I don't want to have. But then Orange Cassidy gets a super kick from those super kick guys, the Young Bucks. They even got super kick on their entrance. So if anybody's gonna super kick you, it's gonna be Matt and Nick. So Cassidy, he ends up flying in this match, and somebody's yelling outside of my door. I hope it's not about me. So the Young Bucks actually come away with the victory. And then Matt, he attacks Santa and Ortiz. Oh no, he accepts. I don't remember that happening. No, he accepts their invitation to their match. So I don't think anybody was too surprised about any of that. Now they show a Britt Baker promo video package highlighting her, and I thought, you know what, this is something I have been wanting to see for a while because I was kind of confused about her thing. So this did everything that I wanted it to do. It showed Britt Baker, it showed she was from Pittsburgh, that's where they're at tonight. And she really likes sports. She likes the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is a sports team, which I knew that, but I don't watch sports or really know much about it. I just know that they are a team. What are the Steelers? I'm pretty sure that's football. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm pretty sure they are football. So that is how little I know about sports. I'm sorry. It's not my thing. Wrestling's my thing. That's why I'm here talking about it. So check it out. She's a dentist. So that's cool. I like her a little more now. I think the women's division is a little bit overshadowed by the quality of talent that they have in WWE. That's the only thing I can say about about her. But I'm liking her more, even though I don't care about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think it was cool the way they incorporated it into her jacket, into her gear, and then they had the mascot come out with her. So that was incredibly smart. Whoever came up with the idea to film a bunch of stuff about how she loves the Pittsburgh Steelers and then make the deal happen where they bring out the mascot and then they have the cross-brand, all that with the sports and the wrestling together. It reminded me of WCW and that relationship. WWE will put some NFL players out on the side of the ring and they'll have them go, yay, but they're not incorporating their stuff into their special entrances and their favorite teams and their hometown. I mean, they'll wear a jersey, everything, but it seems very superficial. So I really thought that was a really good idea. She's going against Jamie Hayter. Her name was Hayter, right? The lady's name is Hayter. I mean, come on. But Britt Baker, she's got her mascot on her entrance. I already said that, Notes. Come on now. But she put the beat down on this Hayter girl, and actually, Hayter came back, and she started getting some back of her own. But Britt Baker, nah, she's walking away with the victory here. She made the Hayter tap, and we move on backstage, and Hayter, she's going to get interviewed, and she gets attacked by Brandy. I'm sorry, I did not catch what the heck happened there. Was that Brandy? Why did I miss something? I feel like I forgot something that happened. Now we go into the main event, and I'm running out of time just as this match is running out of time. It's Jon Moxley, and he's going to take on Pac, but Pac attacks him during his entrance. Wow, he really is a bastard. I mean, a bastard just means that you had a child out of wedlock, right? That doesn't make you necessarily a bad person. It doesn't mean anything as far as your personality goes. Isn't it weird that we call somebody a bastard like, you're a piece of crap person? It's a weird word. Like, I guess the meaning is completely changed. Why the hell am I talking about this? I don't have very much time. So Moxley, he finally gets in the ring barely. He's barely to his feet when the bell rings. He's not even to his feet when the bell rings. And Pac is all on him. He's kicking him. He's beating him down before he can even get up. It is brutal. Pac is just going beyond his namesake. And Moxley, he fights back because he's one tough dude. I mean, there's a reason why he's in the main event. Yeah, he can take it. He's fighting, and they come down. They only got 5 minutes remaining. They only had TV time, but they only got 5 minutes remaining. And the crowd boos, which I thought was hilarious because they didn't want it to end. They go 4, 3, 2. They're 30 seconds. This match is nowhere near over. They're counting down the 10, the 9. And they hit the DDT, 1, 2, no. You got, I think, 3 seconds left, and then it is a no contest. No one won. A lot of suspense there. No clear winner. I don't think there's a problem with that whatsoever. It was an exciting show. It was a nice action-packed show. I thought there were way too many near falls, but that's really the only real criticism I can have. I'm interested. I want to see the next show. I want to know what's going to happen with the storylines. I feel like I'm pretty invested. And we got Full Gear coming up in a couple weeks. I feel like the anticipation just keeps building and building. So, timeouts. Moxley, he says that are you freaking kidding me and all this kind of stuff. He says it again, so they make sure that they get it on camera that he did not approve of the timeout. DD to the ref a minute after, so I guess TV time didn't remain because they still were filming this and whatever a couple minutes after the end of the match. But they ran out of time. I've run out of time. I thoroughly enjoyed the show. Can't wait to see it next week. But until then, hey, that was a good show, and I will catch you next time.